Going live. Okay, I am live and I am a very happy man. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the Derby Day Reaction Show live, and an opportunity for you people to all get in, phone in on the Skype call. All the details are there in the comment section and in the description to this video below. Check it out and get yourself on speaking to me, giving your thoughts on how you felt yesterday went and how you're feeling right now. I've been watched it back, taking everything in from what has to be, or what can only be described as, Manchester United's best performance under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in my opinion anyway. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it right now, but that's what this show is about. I want to hear from you. Let me know how you are feeling right now, because you see my videos yesterday, you see my fan reaction, my fans view video, and I'm still on cloud nine now from that performance yesterday. I mean, what can we say about that yesterday other than it was just, I don't think any of us seen it coming. I don't think anyone thought it was going to be as easy as that first half was. Was it just me, or was it literally one of the easiest halves of football that we've ever played in a big game like that? It was just everything that we did seemed to come off. Every time we went forward, we looked like we was going to score. The space that we had was just unreal, and it was like, dare I say it, watching United under Ferguson. That's what it felt like yesterday. And we all seen a picture of him in the stands there, and smiling and laughing. And then the pictures later, I think Phil Burtonwood there, who's just come in the comment section, sent me a picture before of Ollie and Phelan sat next to either side of Ferguson drinking red wine. It was just perfect, wasn't it? It was what it was all about yesterday. United came back. United went to City and played as Manchester United. That's the only way I can describe it. It was like the old United was back, well and truly back yesterday. And I can't give enough praise to every single player that started that game. And to a man, like I said in my fans view video yesterday, to a man, they all performed their jobs. It was just outstanding at the back defensively, and especially in the first half attacking wise, like I said, it was just unbelievable. It was just football and attacking fast football from the word go. Literally, it was from the first few minutes, and we just carried it on through the whole half. It was just, I'm out of superlatives for it. I'm still scratching my head about where it came from, and I'm just absolutely over the moon with it. Pardon the pun, moon and all that, blue moon. We got loads to get into tonight, but quickly. Some people are asking there, seeing Lil United asking there, where is Paul? He was due on today. I will tell you exactly what happened to Paul. He's still not picked his car up from the pub. He got in at 5 o'clock this morning, absolutely smashed. He went out, burning the candle at both ends last night after that. He sent me a few messages. It was I can't say everything that Paul said or everything that he messaged me before, but you get the gist of what he was saying. He took the opportunity after we smashed City off the park, and yeah, he's still recovering right now. So he didn't have a car to actually get here to my place because he'd left it at the pub. Need I say any more? That's where Paul is right now. He tucks upon his couch. He may even be watching this, but it's it's not happening for Paul on the show tonight. But let's get into everything else. Right. As you know, I've got the Skype up and running, and I'm wanting your calls. I want you people to get to me. A few people are having problems with it. I think the details are there. The details are in the description. Just go on, add me, or send me a friend request. It should come up on me. I've got it right here in front of me now. So do that, and I will give you a call back. My details are there in the description, in the comment section, right at the top. The actual address and the username of the Skype, if you want to come on and have your say, is there. It should be there. I'm just waiting for people to actually get me. Let me see. I'm just checking through now. It's difficult. Just give me a call, give me a message, give me everything off that actual account, and I will get you on and we'll hear what you have to say. But Let's just get through a few of your comments and how everyone is feeling so far. Let's see. Viking Red. These players are frauds, and why are they raising their game against big teams? I think the chips are down, mate, right now. It's got to a certain stage where they can't get away with it anymore. It looks like we are going to be stuck. Oh, that's the wrong word. It's looked like the club is going to be stuck with Ole because we're out of options now in terms of managers. I know Poch is there waiting in the wings, but they've committed themselves to Ole before anything happened with Poch, and it does look like now that they're going to have to back him. And the players, you know what? The players are stuck. The players are going to have to perform. They're representing Manchester United now, and it was a completely different team that played last night. I did not recognise that team last night. That's how different it was from what we've been playing so far this season. It was like I said at the start of the show. I still haven't got the words to describe how good it was. It really wasn't. The superlatives are just endless at the moment. They really are, and it was unrecognisable. It was mind-boggling how they could actually turn up and do what they did to Manchester City, having seen what they've been playing like so far this season. I think that's where you're coming from, Viking, mate, and I agree. I think a lot of people are still on the edge of, let's not get too excited. We've beaten we've beaten Pep and Jose Mourinho teams in 1 week, and it is understandable we can get excited. I seen that United team last night actually playing for Ole, and they did it on Wednesday against Spurs, and that is what has been different. That's the different feeling that's the vibe going around at the moment. It does feel different that they're actually playing for the manager, and that is what has been badly missing this season. Ole has put out his plans. There's been certain games where it's worked for half a game, but recently the Spurs game, I'll go back to the Brighton game as well, there was little signs that we was putting a full 90 minutes together and the players were actually all in sync with each other, and it was good to see, because not only did we attack as a team, we defended as a team as well. It's like the plan was just put out there. But like I said yesterday, this now needs to be the minimum requirement in terms of effort. We put effort into every single game, then we do have some quality players in this team, and the quality should come through. It should come through eventually. But if we match the effort of the opposite team, and I said it will beat most teams in this Premier League, we will. We have got a young, vibrant team now, and yet they have failed us this season. I've gone on about it many times, and I've slagged them off. You've all seen the videos. I'm not going to hide away from what I've said. I said what I said at the time because that's exactly how it was going at the time. But it does feel a little bit different. Remember we had them few games, them away games in a row, and we all thought, you know what? I got a little bit excited. And then we went back to normal against Bournemouth, and it shot me right down. Difference this time is, man, that's Tottenham and that's Man City, two of the top four from last season who we were nowhere near, and we deserved to win both games. It wasn't like we was lucky. We was playing good football along with getting the victory. So it was definitely a step in the right direction. More for me, Viking, like you said, it just felt like they were actually playing for the manager the last two games. That is how I feel. That's what it looks like to me. They're actually playing for Ole, and that was the difference from the start of this season. Let's go a few more. Visa, how you doing, mate? I hope you're okay, mate. Let's see what you're saying there, pal. Do you think Ole will be a long-term manager? It depends, mate. I said it a few times. I think that Ole will be there till the end of the season at least, and then I think if anything was going to happen, I personally thought it was going to happen in the summer. So this is down to Ole now. He can make his United career whatever he wants it to be by playing and having a team like him playing behind him, or playing for him, like he was against Spurs and City in the last two games. And then you never know what happens. Chelsea are starting to stumble now. I think they've lost 3 games in 4, and it's getting to a point where we actually need to start taking advantage of other teams' mishaps, because we are literally right there on the cusp now. This could be the moment and a defining moment in the season. Karen took the kids. That's a great name, that. Super chat. I've criticised McTominay in the past, but the man is improving fast. Do you think he's good enough to become an anchor if he continues like this? I think he's got, and it may be a big shout this, but I think he's got captain material in him. Because you've seen how other players perform when he's playing. That's the difference between a good player and a potentially great player. I'm not saying he's going to be great. He's got a lot more to learn still. But what he's doing right now, he's making players around him play better. Look at Fred. Fred was absolutely immense yesterday. I've never seen him play like that. The guy stepped up to the mark big time, and that's because Scott McTominay was beside him. He had someone backing him up. When Pereira's there, it's a different ball game. They're like two headless chickens who don't have control of what they're doing. It's like a remote control, which is just completely backwards. You go forwards to go backwards. You go left to go right. It's one of them because they don't know what they're doing. They've got no cohesion at all. And that was the only time I panicked yesterday, when Pereira came on the pitch. And we all seen what he did. I mean, he could have been sent off for that lash out. I know it's a derby and everything like that, but come on. He could have put us right in the mire there. Fred has to play alongside Scott McTominay. And then we're looking like, right, okay, we have got a possibility of a really good team. We really do, because we have a combination in the middle there that works, and we can look to build at the forward line more, that right-hand side which needs strengthening. And then another world-class centre midfielder, just to back up what we've got, because we know now that Scott and Fred can work together, and that's it. That is the key. Scott McTominay holds a lot of the answers for United. He is the linchpin right now for this young team, and what some of the kids coming through can look to aspire to, for what hard work actually gets you at United and waiting your chance. Sandro Rodriguez super chat. No Cam make it difficult to beat lower teams. I don't know if you're talking to someone else there, mate, but no, I understand where you're going from. I mean, we have a certain style of play which struggles against the lower teams in the league. It's obvious. It's been happening all season. And can this style of intense forward play and high press work against the smaller teams? Because all they're going to do is end up going long. Have we got the capabilities at the back to deal with the long ball once our high press has been bypassed? Because that's what the smaller teams will do. They'll lump it like the Brightons, playing long when they have to. They'll have a target man and they will go for that target man up front when we do our high press. But I do think defensively, the likes of Maguire should be able to handle that. We have got combative fullbacks now with pace and who like to defend. I mean, we've just defended against two of the best teams in the league. You know what I mean? We are the only team to take points off Liverpool this season. I keep saying it, but you know what? If we can handle their attacking line, then surely we should be able to handle what else is coming. It's just the attitude and the mentality of the players. Can you get yourselves up for the smaller games like you did against City, Tottenham and the bigger games? That is the key. That is what needs to happen. That is the minimal requirement in terms of mentality and going forward that United need to have. Right, let's see if I can get this. If anyone is actually trying to get on and actually get on a call with Skype, just scroll down to the description below. Just link up that Skype name, that Skype account, and you should be able to get through to me. And Dave did it last night. Just let me know if anyone is actually struggling doing it, because I don't know if anyone's trying to get through. I'm running the whole thing on my own, so I ain't got anyone to back me up. But just keep commenting if you are trying to get in. I'll try and sort it out if otherwise. But just keep trying. I will get you on, and hopefully we can hear some other people's opinions, because that's what I want to hear tonight. That's what I want. I want to bring up all your comments, as many as I can. Mark Fenner, go on Adam, off to work, still buzzing. Yeah, morning mate, all the way from Australia. Have a good day mate, I'm sure you will. Pogba is a virus, J Brew. I don't even want to talk about Pogba tonight mate, I really don't. Let's see, Steve Buckley. Cannot get on Skype, was going together in touch, still buzzing from Saturday. No problem mate at all. Keep commenting, just send them all in. I want to know how everyone is feeling. Nearly everyone is on cloud 9 still right now, so keep them coming in. Samiran, do you think the same strategy will work against the lower teams who don't attack? I think I just pretty much said that there. I think the high press would work. We need to be challenging for the ball higher up the pitch. It's a case of trying to win the ball back as soon as possible. If they do try and bypass the high press by playing it long, our defence should be able to deal with what comes our way. I do think it will work. It's the intensity that needs to be the same. It is going to take a lot out of us, but it's the only way. You cannot walk through these games lethargically, half-hearted. Yeah, there'll be spells when we can have a break off, but it's all about the intensity in our game that I think needs to be up there, and that's where I think we will win more games. I mean, we did it against Brighton. We played exactly the same way against Brighton, and it worked. High press, fast, forward-thinking passes, but instant passing. No passing sideways at the back. Think forward all the time. And let Rashford play down that left, Martial down the middle, and then James on the right. Is a combination to beat any team. We've seen it. We've seen it open Liverpool up, City, Spurs. You know what I mean? Even when we was in the pits, we managed to beat Leicester with it. And, you know, it's got to work. And then you adapt it. Then maybe if we actually add some players into this squad and that doesn't work, we can. Right now, I think it is our only option. It is our only plan. And that is a little bit of a worry, I'll be honest, because I don't think we do have so much of a plan B. We don't have a big enough squad to change it up. Maybe a target man to come in. That just doesn't seem to be there at the moment. But I do think we should still be able to manage it. Who else have we got? How are you, Adam? I am good. Mohammed Khan, I'm fine, mate. Thank you. I am absolutely buzzing still. Buzzing. I celebrated till 5 a.m. this morning. I drank Belfast Dry. Darren Henry. Yeah, mate. Nice one. I don't think there's many people who didn't. I went straight out last night to my mate's house where we was all watching the Joshua fight. And yeah, it was just carried on the party. I didn't even do the player ratings show on the United stand. I just needed to get out of there. My lift was waiting for me. I was just buzzing. Couldn't believe it. It was just one hell of a night, put it that way. Let's see. Leicester are on fire. Viking red. Chelsea dropping points. Yeah, I think Leicester, I've said them, they were dead certs for top 4. I still think it's going to be hard for us to get to the top 4. I really do. I do think it is going to be a bit of an ask, but anything is possible now. I didn't expect Chelsea to lose 3 games in 4, I'll be honest. And it just shows Leicester right now, I think that's 7 wins in a row. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Scott Kelly, do you think Pogba will come back within the next 4 days? If so, will he get the number 10 role, or will he maybe be mad to revert back to the anchor? Oh no, mate, if he does, I mean, like I said in the last video, if you've seen the last one, I was told that Pogba really doesn't want to be at United now. He wants out of the club. If that's the case, then he can go. I really don't care. I said he had to go in the summer once he came out with the comments. And I've said it before, I've tweeted it out. I actually said that Pogba coming back could possibly make or break Ollie. It's how he deals with Paul Pogba when he does come back now. Does he want him in the team that he's got playing for him now? Would Pogba be an issue, or is he going to add that extra bit of quality that I said? Could he actually fit into the way we are playing now? If you are going to play Pogba, then and get the best out of him, he has to play as a number 10. He has to play further up the field, because you're not going to get a Paul Pogba that's disciplined in the anchor role. You need to leave that now. You need to leave that to Scott McTominay and Fred where it's working. Pogba fits in somewhere in that front 4. Simple as that. Or he does not play. For me, does not play. I don't care. I don't care what anyone thinks about that. That's just my opinion. That's how I see it. If this team continues to do as well as this, how many midfielders you think we need to buy? I still think we need another 2 midfielders, mate, because I'm not really counting Pereira, to be honest. I don't think he fits in. I really don't. That leaves us with Matic, who we know is going, Pogba, who wants to go, and Fred and McTominay. So we need 2 more. We need 2. I'm not expecting it to happen in January. I'm really not. But I do think we need extra cover in that midfield, big time. Ollie has No in-game management skills. When the pressure is on, especially late on, he will always make the same negative substitutions. Don't get carried away. Let him go at the end of the season. Tony S. Big statement, Tony. Mate, he's got to do what he can. For me, Solskjaer is like the rest of this team. It is young, it is learning, and he needs to learn. He needs to keep it simple. Don't try and be a manager that you're not. Motivate the players and play to their strengths. Don't try and be clever with them by playing Pogba in different positions that he shouldn't be playing. You know what I mean? It's simple football. When you break it down, it is very, very simple. And we had a simple plan yesterday. It was obvious what City were going to do, and he just implemented it perfectly. I got to give him hats off today. Bringing Pereira on was his big mistake. I don't think there was any room for Pereira in that team. He didn't bring anything, and if anything, he sort of hampered us a little bit in the game. So there are still worries and concerns there. They are. The Solskjaer is as young in management as this team is in its playing career. They're both at the same stage, and they are playing for him now by the looks of it over the last 2 games. And he's got to move on. He's got to learn as he goes. It's as simple as that. Matthew Jones, hello Adam. Yes, hello Matthew, mate. Again, people, don't forget, give me a call. Get on Skype. Let me know. I want to hear from you. Don't be scared. Come on, have your say. It's all right. Text in. I don't mind anyone commenting if you don't want to come on, but let's hear some opinions. Let's hear some people. Anyone who wants to have their say on what happened yesterday, whether it be anything to do with the idiots in the stand at City. I was right there. I seen what was going on, and it was an absolute disgrace. City were like the old City yesterday. Bernie, seeing middle-aged women and Man City fans losing the plots. Mate, you just nailed it then. You pretty much said it. You were there, Bernie, mate. I was there. You seen what them City fans were like. My God, they are the worst. They are beyond bitter about United. We shouldn't even be in their reckoning or concerned for them, considering where their team is compared to ours right now. And it's what it is. It's a disgrace. It was an absolute disgrace. Matthew Jones, can I get on Skype? Yes, mate. Get onto it, mate. If you just scroll down into the description, the link is there, mate, and right at the top of the comment section. Get on there. Send me a message or give me a call on Skype on that one, mate. I will get you on straight away. Let me know how you're getting on. What's all that rumour going on there? Is someone winding me up there about Pep? What's going on? He ain't leaving, is there? I was only saying it yesterday, but nah, he's not going, is there? Someone's winding me up. Stop it! I'm trying. Don't get me too excited, please. Our team, unfortunately, has a mid-table mentality. I said this the other day. Shiva, are we a mid-table team destroyer? We just seem to up our game when the big teams come to town. We cannot rely on it just being the big teams when we actually turn up. We can't. That is exactly what mid-table destroyer teams are like. We are upping our game when the chips are down or the big teams come to town. That needs to be the exact mentality. I said it so many times already in this video, but in other videos as well. It has to be the exact mentality every time we go out on that pitch, no matter who we are playing. All the players have to be exactly like that. We need Frankie de Jong, Troy Francis, good shout, mate. Good player. We need to make sure that these next signings are and as big as they are, because they are big, they need to be right. They need to be right for the way we are playing right now. If we get a style of play and a mentality going forward now, then we can look at the players that we can make or think that actually would fit in with that, and that's where it needs to work. The work needs to be happening behind the scenes. The big names may not be the answer. They never have been the answer for United. We need to find our philosophy, our style of play, which we are getting little snippets of now. If this is the way we're going forward, then the scouting system needs to be out there looking at the type of players that are going to fit this system. Not the names that United should be buying, because they're just not out there anymore. There's no marquee signings out there anymore. Who is a marquee signing now? What categorises a marquee signing anymore? There's nothing out there. There really isn't. I mean, you've got like the likes of Maddison who are coming in, and they're the names. They're going to be the big name signings, but we're literally at a stage now where these are the only players that I think we should be looking at and looking to get. The players that we know are going to fit our system, and that is where we're at with that. That's my honest opinion on that. I don't know how you guys think, but it looks like we have our first caller coming on. Let me just check this out. 1 second, people. I'm just going to give our first caller. Get our first caller. Spandam, hit me with it, mate. Let me know what you're saying. Spandam, you there, mate?
Hi, how's it going?
How you doing, buddy? You okay, pal?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Just 1 second, let me turn your volume up, mate. Let me see. Are you there, mate? Talk to me, Spandam, mate.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the match we have had, like in the 2 matches in the 4 days, and previous matches which we didn't do well.
Yeah, go on, hit me with it, mate. Where you at, mate? Where did you see? What was the difference for you in that Tottenham and that City game? What was different from previous games, mate? Because it was such, like I said, it was such a dramatic difference in terms of the style of play and what we were doing. I mean, where was the difference for you? Was there any certain tweaks in systems or certain players coming in that's changed it for you?
I think the biggest factor has been Scott's inclusion in the team, because we struggle to control the midfield whenever Scott McTominay is out.
Definitely.
And that is the biggest factor when it comes to controlling the midfield. But then you can say that he has been in the team whenever we have lost to like Bournemouth or we have lost to Crystal Palace or Newcastle. He has been in the team in those games. But more of the factor I thought was we played the occasion rather than actual tactical plan or actual game plan, which should help us win. Like in all the other matches, let's say Everton is coming up, Newcastle is coming up. Yeah. But I feel like Mourinho coming into town, Rashford had a point to prove, and he proved really well. And against Pep, everyone said that we were the underdogs, and I think the best team talk would be like how Jose said that you would be the clown to sit there and see them win the league. So everybody went there, and the second half, from 2-0 down, we went to 3-2. But in the next week, we lost to West Brom and handed the title to City.
Yeah. No, I know where you're coming from, mate. I know this is now like a big test for United. Now we've proved that we can actually perform on the big stage. There is a system there. And it does look like we have got a team that is willing to play for the manager. And now it's a test there to see if they can actually do it against the smaller teams, see if they can actually prove that this isn't a one-off. And our biggest fear, all United fears, I can hear it in your voice as well there, mate, as well, in that we're all worried about what's going to happen against the likes of Everton now. Can we actually show that we have got what it takes to carry on playing exactly like this in the smaller games as well? And it's the ultimate question now. We've seen what can happen. Can we continue it? And can we actually prove that Ollie has got what it takes to get these players up for every single game, not just the big games when it really matters?
I mean, that's why I think I would give him the end of the season and then judge of where we are. Because if we end again like the last season, I would say we should go for Poch while he's available. Mm-hmm. Because once Poch is gone, I don't want Allegri again. Like, he is the same kind of manager we have had, and Premier League is not for him. Already in Juventus, he was slow, let alone coming to Premier League. And if we miss out on Poch and we ended badly like last season, we have nowhere to go.
That's exactly it, mate. Exactly it. Listen, Spandam, thanks for coming on, buddy. Appreciate the call, mate.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, mate. I will stay confident, mate. Stay up there, mate. We'll get there.
I That's why I follow you.
Nice one, mate. Appreciate. Where are you calling from, mate? By the way.
I'm from United States,
Nice
New York.
one. New York, nice one, mate. Nice one. One of my wife's favourite destinations, that, pal. Especially for the shopping, anyway, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Day.
Thanks for calling in, mate.
Thank you.
Take it easy,
Bye-bye.
mate. Bye-bye. All right, people, there we go. One call, that's Spandam. He wants to see Ole, see it out till the rest of the season and see where it lies. There is that ultimate fear. We all seen it when we was there, the PSGs, everything was great. It looked like we were going forward. Everyone was in tune with what we all wanted, what Ollie wanted, but then it went crashing down big time. And I mean, big time. We all seen what happened, and it just looked like we couldn't string two passes together. That's the ultimate. This is the same team, so there is a little bit of a fear that may come back. But right now, I still can't get over how well we played against City, and I do think going forward it is a little bit different this time. I don't know if that's just me or it's a lot of people are looking very confident in the comment section as well, and are actually still thinking that this. I mean, could this carry on? Could we actually prove to the rest of the league and all the other pundits that are totally saying? I mean, I was listening to Paul Merson yesterday going on saying that United still nothing has changed. There's no difference in United's play. Yada yada yada. Typical Paul Merson garbage. But you know what? This did feel a little bit different this time. It felt a little bit different to that winning run when we beat Chelsea, when we beat Partizan, and we beat Norwich away. It is a little bit different. It really is. And it's... I mean, am I getting too carried away? That's what I'm thinking about. Am I getting too carried away? And I don't know. I may be, but beating Spurs, beating Mourinho, beating City, beating Pep, that is a big statement. It really is. United family, how you doing? Is that Mark? I don't know which one of the family it is. We all know the United family. They've got their own YouTube channel as well. Unbelievable result yesterday, mate. Yeah, unbelievable is... It's an understatement, mate. It is an understatement. Literally, I walked into McDonald's before singing Bleeding United songs. It's still it's still coming out of me right now. And the missus is there like, shut up. I said, no, I don't care. It was just... And I was just gutted that Alfie wasn't with me yesterday to see that, because last time he was at the Etihad, it all went wrong for us and we were getting pelters. Right. Where are we at? Who's next? Let's see. Let me see. Cal's having his own little chit chat with everyone in the comment section there. Phil still can't tackle, gives away dangerous free kicks. He can only get better, can't he, mate? Let's be honest. He can only get better because, like I said, if he is playing along Pereira, I fear for him. I really do. If he's alongside Scott McTominay, we've got a chance. We have got a chance. He is playing better, and that was Fred's best performance in the United shirt yesterday. And it just gives me a little bit of encouragement. That's like I said, with United in general, the whole team, the fear is still there. But I got a little bit more encouragement yesterday because I've seen him up against some quality midfielders yesterday holding his own. And that's given me a little bit more to believe in. Giorgio B. All he needs to show his mettle in the games against a lesser competition. That will park the bus. That's it. That's the ultimate fear and the ultimate worry. That is where he's going to be judged, I think, and that is where he is going to be found out more than these bigger games. And we're running out of bigger games now. We've done them all. They're all put to bed. We've got the mid-table to the lower end of the table teams now coming up, and that's where it's going to start counting. That's where the pinch is going to come, I think, for Ole. And I do feel that, like Spandam said on the call then, if indeed Ollie is there to the end of the season, which I fully expect him to be, then we are going to... Let's see. I think by the time the end of the season comes, we're going to know pretty much. I think it's going to be there. It's going to be set in stone pretty much. It's going to be... We're going to know if Ollie's staying or not, just by what's happening on the pitch, I think. I don't think they can afford to have what has happened. And let me just see. People just trying to call me. Sorry, I'm trying to do it all myself. Stay away for the West. Trying to call you, mate. Can't accept. Can you accept me? Just send me a message, mate. Send me a friend request. It should come through. I don't know why it's not, but just keep trying. Keep trying. I will get you on, definitely. In terms of Ollie, towards the end of the season, we're going to know exactly where we're at, because Ollie is going to be in a place where he's either got them still playing for him like we are now, or it's going to be like it was at the start of the season when they all give up again, because they've got it in them. The squad's got it in. We've seen the best and the worst of this squad. I think this season it may be different in a way that we started off so bad, but then hopefully we're going to come and finish stronger. Well, that's the ultimate hope. I mean, we've beaten some quality teams this season, some good quality teams, and the fact that we've struggled against the lesser teams, like everyone is saying in the comment section there, is the only fear and the only thing that people are not convinced with Ollie by. That is it. I mean, a lot of people will judge Ollie by the end of the season. I think he deserves the rest of the season at least, and I hope that's what he gets. And what will be at the end of the season, we'll see. If we finish somewhat around the position that we are now and we have some alright cup runs, maybe take the Europa League, I don't know, it's a big ask, but on big occasion and one-off games, we've seen what we can do. Is that where we are going to go? But right now, we're 5 points behind Chelsea in the league. Is it encouraging enough to put the Europa League to bed or not be bothered about it? Or do we still need to go full bore into that Europa League? That's where we're at. That is exactly where we're at. If anyone is actually struggling to get onto this Skype calls, I do not understand why. Oh, actually, now I have got someone actually coming on. It's Mo. Mo, let me just see if I can get you on, mate. 1 second. Mo, are you there, buddy?
Is it encouraging enough to put the Europa League to bed or not being bothered about it?
Mo,
or do we still need to go full ball into that Europa League?
He's listening to the show
That's
as well.
where we're at.
Mo, mate, turn your volume down on your computer, mate, and answer me.
Struggling to get onto this Skype.
Are you there, Mo?
Calls. I do not understand why. Oh, actually, now
Mo, turn your computer off or turn your volume down, mate.
Mo, let me just see if I can get you on, mate.
Are you there, buddy?
Mo, are you there, buddy? Is it encouraging enough to put Hello?
Hello, Mo, you there, mate? Mo, can you hear me? I'm losing Mo. Try again in a minute, Mo, mate. I just had a bit of a problem there. Except I'm just going to try getting Mo back on again, people. Bear with me. Come on, Mo. Hit me with it, mate. Mo, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you doing, mate? Just turn your volume down on your computer, mate. I'm just getting a bit of feedback coming through, mate.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I've got you, mate. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Where are you calling from, pal?
Ollie, quickly.
Oh, go on, mate, go on. Hit me with it, mate.
Yeah, to be honest, like, when I've sort of assessed the whole situation, I've actually he actually needs time. Because I think that as a whole, we actually sort of judge Ollie too quickly.
Yeah, I get that, mate. I do.
And obviously to the fact that we actually, because he hasn't had his best team when you look at it. Like the team he played against Tottenham and the team against Man City is one of his strongest teams. So I feel that, like, ultimately we did judge him too early, and now with his team we're starting to see what he can potentially do. Yeah. So. I mean, especially without Pogba, because a lot of managers will struggle without Pogba. We didn't have, so many people McTominay for different bits, and I think the board's going to see it now. Like, look, we do need a creative midfielder, so I think they will act on that and then back Ollie. Because to be honest, if you do give him a creative midfielder, then he has nowhere to hide. Yeah, no, I get that, mate. So, what's your thoughts on that? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said before, mate, I seen a United team playing for the manager yesterday. I seen it against Mourinho's Tottenham as well. I didn't see that at the start of the season. So my main concern is that It's the big stage games that they're getting up for. And I said this a while ago. I said, I seen signs against Brighton. That was an encouraging game for me. And that was a little sign that what Ollie could get out of this team in the way that he played it. And then we lost it a little bit after that. And it came back. I think the chips were down after the Villa game, mate. I really do think a lot of the players felt that, you know what, we're going to have to stand up and be counted here as well. We can't keep letting the manager take all the flack for everything that's going on here. It's about time that we actually stood up. And I think it was after that Villa game, mate, that the rumours came out about the players actually all coming out and saying we need to back the manager and get behind him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that all came out after the Villa game. And then, lo and behold, we come up against Spurs and we come up against City. And not only did we hold our own, mate, we actually beat them well and deserved the victories.
Great game.
So I'm all for Ollie getting the chance to prove it. I just hope that he can actually implement his plan and actually get the players playing for him in the smaller games as well as these bigger games. And that's my only fear with it now. I've seen that we can do this. I've seen that there is a plan, but I just want him to, mentality-wise. Yeah, go on, mate.
I just think with signing players, I think there could be. Do you also have the same view? Because I think that Solskjaer wants to control the dressing room, and I think, do you think Ole can control big egos? For example, for to sign big European players who you can't really sort of control as you control like a James, like a Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, and another thing is that a worry that we might not be able to attract top players on the Solskjaer going forward.
That is, I've mentioned this before actually about Ollie and egos. I mean, two of the biggest egos last season was Lukaku and Sanchez, and he just shipped them out, mate. So I don't actually think that he is the type of manager who's going to stand for the sort of egos. I think he is reading a lot off Ferguson's blueprint. The fact that he's pumping his fist at the end of the game up to the stands. We've seen the pictures of him sat there with a glass of wine with feeling at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I do think there is still some Ferguson influence in there, and we all know what Ferguson felt of egos. They were out as soon as he had the chance, mate. They were out the club. No matter what the player was or how big he was, he went. And I've seen that in the likes of Lukaku and Sanchez going. The only reason I think he's still with Pogba is because he worked with him as a youth player. I think he feels like he can actually get something out of him, but ultimately, I think Pogba's mind is made up. That's why I said before, I think when the transfer window does come around, I don't think we're going to see any more marquees. I think we'll spend a lot of money, but I do think it will be more that clubs are taking us for a ride price-wise rather than marquee type of players coming in, mate. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, to be honest, it could be a good and bad move, because I think sometimes the way Ollie's going is you do need hungry people that want to play for United, but at the same time, some clubs you need a bit of arrogance in terms of players, not intentionally ego, but just a bit of arrogance of how they play and players that be able to make things happen. And they're the types that usually get labelled that have ego and whatnot. But I think those players have to express themselves, and a lot of times you need one or two of them in your team. Yeah,
no, 100%, mate. Totally agree. Listen, Mo, thanks for coming on, mate. Where are you calling from, buddy?
London. I'm from London.
Sweet, mate. Nice one. Thanks for calling in, mate. Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Thank you, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I'll keep supporting, definitely.
Nice one, mate. Cheers, pal. I'll speak to you soon, mate. See you later.
Bye.
So, yeah, there you go. It says it all, doesn't it? Everyone has got their own concerns. There is parts of Ollie's management where people were still doubting him. It's because he's so fresh. It's like his team. His team is fresh. The squad is young. The manager's young. The coaching staff are not massively experienced, and that's what we're having to deal with. We're all growing in this together. It could work out really well. It could all come down and crash and burn completely. We're all hoping for the best. Niz, I just seen you come up on the comments there. I've lost your comment now, but I know what you were about to say. Niz has been a subscriber with me since day one, I think. And we've had some long-ass conversations, haven't we? And it has always been about United underperforming. But that was, like you said, Niz, and like everyone else is saying, a breath of fresh air yesterday. And it just being City and the fact that we've beaten Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho in 1 week, that's why we've got a little bit more confidence than we have before when we've gone on these little runs. We're beating good teams If we can beat them, then we have to be able to beat the lesser teams. It's simple as that. It really is. Let's get a few more comments. Let's see. Vandy Kande. Real challenge is to play on a front foot. We have enough quality on the counter. Yeah, it's how he implements the counter-attacking style players that we've got into a team that goes at teams from the start and puts games to bed. We just need to start putting games to bed. It's been so long since we've had a comfortable finish to a game. I think probably Brighton was the last game that I sat there actually comfortable thinking, yeah, the game's done. When was the last time we had that? It's always tight. We need to just be able to have that killer instinct. Go in, kill them, finish them off. Game over. Let's just put our feet up nice and easy. JS, the club of this size and the best they can do is hope. Question mark, question mark. Yeah, that is where we're at. It's a sorry state. It really is. We're hoping that Ollie can get it right. We're hoping that he gets backed by the board. We're hoping that we can get rid of certain players because they are letting us down. There is a lot there. And it all comes down to Ed Woodward. The only reason that we have got this sort of mentality and this mindset of hope rather than expectance, which is what we should have, I do agree with that. A club our size should be expecting a lot more. But when we've got clowns upstairs dealing with everything, and he doesn't want to relinquish his power over the club, then it is more in hope. That just bleeds down from top to bottom through the club because we're dealing with Ed Woodward and he has no idea what he's doing in terms of football sense in this club, and that's why the hope comment comes in, because we're hoping that he's going to spend the money in the right way. We're hoping that he's going to bring in a director of football to help him, and that is it. That's why the word hope comes from, because we've got a clown running the club. Simple as. I actually think United play better without Pogba. He is missed in my eyes. Shows the game down. He isn't missed in my eyes. Yeah, no. And we have played our best football without him this season. That is a definite. I do totally agree with that. France won the World Cup. Pogba was the one. Yeah, I mean, he was a different. I mean, when it comes to international football, some players just turn up, don't they? The country is more important than the club, which shouldn't be, but it's a fact. It is. A lot of players are so passionate about their country and their beliefs and religion and things like that they always turn up for them. They treat the day job totally differently. It's wrong, I know, because we pay the wages and all that jazz, but it is what it is. That's where we're at with the modern day footballer right now. Paul Pogba does not want to be at United. It is clear as day. We need to ship him out and use the money wisely. But then, like I just said, Ed Woodward's using that money. So what hope do we have? What hope do we have? Do you think Smalling could come back? Well, Ollie's already said, Viking that was, Ollie's already said that he's coming back. So it's if Smalling wants to stay, because now he's put himself on the market. He's performing well in Italy and he's obviously added a bit of value to himself. Will United see this as an opportunity to cash in? Or are we going to try and ship the likes of Rojo and Bailly out and bring Smalling back? We don't know. Does he have a spot? I mean, I think that Smalling could do a job in the squad for us. I think that he has got an opportunity to come back into the United team. I think he's better than Rojo. I do think he's better than Jones. He's a squad player. Is he going to be happy with that now he's number one in Roma? I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? Let's just try and take another call. Let's see. Mortimer Francis. Wow, that's a great name, mate. I'm just going to give you a ring now, mate, if you're listening. I know there's a bit of a delay on the video, but let's just see. Here we go. Is he going to answer? Speak to me. Why do they always do this? I said be ready for your calls, people. I'm ringing right now. Oh, he might come back to me in a minute. Let's just see. We'll just leave that one for now. Mortimer, give me a bell, mate. I've got you up there ready to go whenever you are, pal. Pogba deserves better friends. Visa. What are you on about, mate? He deserves better friends. I'm sure he's got plenty of friends. Let's see. Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can get another call up while we can. Dave Mack, you ready, mate? Let's see. Talk to me, Dave. Talk to me. Everyone's coming on and no one's answering. It's like, what's going on? Right. I got plenty of people lined up now, but no one wants to answer the call. If I have just rang you, give me a quick call back and we'll try and get you on. Anyway, let's get back to a few more of your comments. Pogba one is really taking off now in the comment section. Pogba is way better than McTominay and Fred by far. Yeah, that's no question, VZ, mate. It really is. It's just like I said before, does Pogba now fit into this team? Does he fit into the way we're going to play? If we play him up, further up the field within the top 4, I think he works. He does. He gives us that option. This is why I keep saying that if Pogba comes back and he's ready, is where Ollie's going to be judged. And I think Ollie is going to get pretty much determined if he makes it or breaks it by how he deals with this Pogba situation when he comes back for United. JS, according to Italian newspapers, it's not Smalling anymore, it's Smaldina. We started that one off, not the Italian newspapers. He is playing well though. Apparently he pocketed, I didn't see the game, he pocketed Lukaku the other night as well, which is good. Really is. Have you talked about those City fans yesterday? Mate, perfect opportunity. Thank you, Eric the King 68. Let's talk about them absolute cretins that are the City fans. I mean, where I was sat, I kid you not, I seen 5 people escorted out of the City end. They were fighting with each other. They were missiling us. They were throwing everything at us. It was embarrassing. It was absolutely embarrassing. And it was like the 90s, mate. That's what it was like. It was people were, let me see now. It was like the bitterness that there was there for United from the City fans. I mean, I felt it walking in. You seen my fans view video, and you could feel it in the crowd walking in. That's how bad it was, and it escalated in the crowd. It was just beyond. It was beyond belief. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And there was people there that I knew that go to my daughter's school, and they have kids who go to my daughter's school as well. I've seen them from where I was sat. I was like, what's going on? They turned into absolute crazed lunatics. They just weren't conscious. We shouldn't even be on their agenda of how far they are ahead of us right now as a football team. But all they care about is us. It just shows. And that's just, let's see if we can get someone else's opinion on this. I'm going to give another call now. Let's see if we can get hold of Dante. City fans were appalling. Yet, can we move on? Dante, are you there, buddy? Hello, Dante, mate. How are you feeling, pal?
I'm doing great.
Good, mate. I'm not going to get you on a picture, mate. I just got you talking, mate, on the phone right now. But I'm just talking about the City fans yesterday, mate. I know the game was great and everything, but just give me your opinion on them lunatics, mate, and how they behaved yesterday, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I got pissed, right, when they were doing that stuff to Fred, eh? Like, oh my God. I can't believe racism is still a thing in 2019.
Yeah,
but,
bad, mate.
Yeah, like, I can't believe that throwing stuff and doing monkey chants is even a thing to think about.
No, mate, it's like, why would you go to a football game knowing that you're going to do that? It's like, I just don't know what goes through a person's head to actually want to do that.
At least the FA is better than what Italy has, so...
Yeah, true, that's the point, mate. Yeah, I mean, they are pretty bad over there from what I've seen over the last few weeks, but it's just a shame that it just marred the game. And then literally, if I look at Sky Sports News this morning, and the first thing that comes up, rather than the performance from United and the game, was just what was happening in the crowd. I mean, I was there yesterday, as everyone knows, and their behaviour and what they were doing, how they were behaving, not just the men, the women, and some old women as well. The bitterness and the anger in these people, in these City fans, was just, you had to be there to see it. It was crazy, mate.
Yeah, because Like, because I've rewatched it on YouTube. Because first time I didn't see it, I just saw him throwing stuff, and then afterwards I saw the guy doing the monkey chants.
Yeah.
Because it was hard to see, and then afterwards I rewatched it and I saw it. But yeah, it's unacceptable. Thank God that we're not like this.
I know.
Because they are City fans for reasons. I mean, they didn't know what this club was. I mean, they didn't even know who City was until like they won the league. So.
Yeah, I
a
know.
bunch of plastics.
I know, mate. I know. Let's go in on the game quickly, mate. Let's give your opinion, mate. Who stood out player-wise for you in our performance yesterday, buddy?
It's got to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Like, he was so good. I mean, it was probably for you, right? Or maybe Fred?
Yeah, no, I give my man of the match to Bissaka yesterday. I thought it was immense how he dealt with everything. It was a quality defensive performance.
Yeah, because I find that Fred and Scott McTominay work together very, very well in the midfield in the 4-2-3-1. If Pogba does come back, he's got to go in that number 10 role.
Exactly, mate.
Defense-wise, we were great. I like how De Gea is ordering out the defense very well, organizing it. But we were really, really good yesterday against City.
No,
I mean,
well for that.
It might have not been a masterclass from Oli because he's obviously only got one plan. But because it's obviously the counter-attacking football. But we're just hoping that once we're going to ace it out more in Everton, hopefully we can see that progress of that rebuild, right? So
that's it, mate. Yeah. Well said. Cheers for coming on, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers. Where are you calling from, Dante?
Oh, Canada.
Oh, nice one, mate. Nice one.
Yeah, I'm coming to Old Trafford in March, so I'm going to be at the Manchester Derby.
Nice. Well, you come and say hello, mate, when you're there.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
Nice one. Cheers for
United stand. So.
Yeah, I'll get you on, mate. Don't worry, I'll get you on there if you're there, mate. Well, cheers for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Have a good day.
You too, mate. Have a good one, pal. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, you too.
See you later, mate. So, Dante's happy. Everyone's happy. I see a few comments coming in there. It's the same old thing. Counter-attacking football is great against big teams, but can we do it? Does Ollie have a plan for the smaller teams? That's exactly what it was. Just quickly on yours there, VZ, mate, in terms of Luke Shaw. I've seen the comments coming up. Luke Shaw was a surprise inclusion for me yesterday, big time. I did not see it coming, especially not. I can understand it ahead of Brandon Williams, but ahead of Ashley Young as well. That was a big call from Ollie. That was a bold call. In terms of me saying he's overweight, I do think he is still overweight. I think he is a 20 times better player than what he's showing now. And I don't know if that's an issue that he's got, but I've seen what happened with Lukaku in terms of him being overweight and United, and it's not particularly their fault. They're being told that they're good enough to play, but I've seen Lukaku for Inter Milan, and I've seen the shape that he's in now after Conte has got hold of him, and he looks a different player altogether, mate. I just hope that Luke Shaw can actually get back to where he was and can actually get to why we actually bought him in the first place when he was absolutely awesome for Southampton. That's what I want to hear and that's what I want to see. So nothing against Luke Shaw at all. I hope he gets back to the player he was. I just fear for him at the moment in terms of his fitness. I mean, not everyone has the same body shapes. I understand that, and I'm not slagging him off for it, but it's just obvious that he has put on weight, and I do feel like he has got more potential than what he's showing right now. I just want the best for him. Just a couple of shout out. Benji Hemingway from Instagram, mate. I said I'd shout you out earlier in the programme, mate. This is your shout out, pal. He's been messaging me every day, giving me, and he nailed the scoreline for the United game as well. So shout out to you, mate. I'm just going to try and get Dave back on, who's messaged me. Let's see if Dave's ready to go. Hopefully he is. Try and get as many people on before we finish and get as many opinions. Dave, are you there, buddy?
Hello, Adam.
Dave, hang on 1 second, mate. Let me just get you on, pal. Dave, talk to me, mate. How are you feeling?
I'm
feeling good. I'm happy. I was surprised by the last two results, you know.
Mate.
I thought Solskjaer was finished. So
yeah, we all did, mate. I think we were all worrying for him, weren't we?
yeah, but I think now that he's won the last two games, he's bought himself a ticket until the end of the season. And let's see how he does, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this it's like I said a minute ago, mate. There now he can make himself or he can break himself in terms of what he does now in the rest of this season, because he's got the opportunity now. It's obviously that he's got the players on side with him the last couple of days. Can he keep them on side and convince them that there is a plan here and there is a process going forward? Is he going to bring in the right players which complement what we've got playing there right now? Is the players out there that can improve us? Definitely. But is Ollie the man? This is the chance for him now. Is he going to get this summer where he's going to have to prove that he's got it behind the scenes as well as on the pitch as a coach as well, mate? I mean, do you have any confidence at all?
Well, I did not have any confidence until the last two results, but now I can see that he has something, you know, that the players are listening to him. And like he said, if he brings in, you know, 2 or 3 more players, I think he could do something, you know, because, I mean, he's a new manager, but like new managers like Guardiola, I mean, when he won it at Barcelona, he didn't really have prior experience. Lampard is doing it now, so it's not like out of beyond reason that Solskjaer could do it, you know, and I'm starting to see signs. The last 2 results were brilliant. Never saw that coming. Better than Jose, those results, anything under Jose, I think. So I'm prepared to give him till, you know, the summer. I think we should all get behind him, see what he brings in. Let's support him. And, you know, I think if it's not looking good, if we don't get top 4 in the summer, I think it's time to bring in someone experienced, you know?
Yeah.
And one more point, Adam. I want to see Paul Pogba out of the club in January. I'm sick of this guy. We've put up with this crap for too long. He is on strike now. For sure he's on strike. And I think January's the time to get him gone. He's got a bad attitude. He plays when he wants, and I'm sick of him now. So I hope they get rid of him in January, and let's put our time into McTominay and Fred.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of United fans who'll agree totally with what you're saying there, mate. I mean, Pogba just doesn't seem like he's too concerned with what is going on with United right now. I do think we're going to be stuck with him till the summer, I'll be honest. I don't think anyone can afford him in January. That's the problem. And it's just, unfortunately for Ole, I do feel like this, like I keep saying it there, I do think he's going to have to really handle this situation well to make it work, because he's got a good vibe with what he's got on the pitch there right now after the last couple of games and a good week. Pogba coming back, is he going to hamper that? I don't think he can move Fred or McTominay out of there. If Pogba comes in, he has to be put in a position where he can actually just... If Ollie is going to play him, that is. I mean, we don't know what Ollie's position is on him, but I do agree, mate, it is an issue at the moment. I do think that a lot of United fans, and I don't think it was good what happened to Pogba walking off the pitch in the last game of the season last season, but I do think he's clinging on to that, mate, and I don't think he's really bothered about Man United, I don't.
No, he's had his time. For me, he's had all of his chances, you know.
Yeah.
Like, what did he do for his last season? Okay, he turned it on when Jose Mourinho got sacked. He put in great performances, but then when we needed him to get top 4, he disappeared, right? And this season, it's more of the same. You know, he had a good few appearances, and then when the going got tough, he's gone again. So for me, he's finished at this club. I cannot stand this guy as a man. You know, I think he should be. United need to just move on from Pogba. He thinks he's bigger than the club. He plays when he wants, and he's a big problem for us in the last 3 years. So, I mean, I hope they get rid of him in January. But I take your point that we'll probably have be stuck with him until the summer. But you know, if we can get 150 million for that guy and, you know, bring in another striker, I'll be very happy. And I think, you know, let's see how Solskjaer, if Solskjaer get that top 4, I'll be fully behind him for next season.
Listen, mate, thanks for coming on. Take everything. And where are you calling from again, bud?
I'm in Spain.
Spain, nice. Weather all right, mate?
Yeah.
Or is it lashing it down there?
Better weather than Manchester, mate. No,
yeah,
don't
mate.
you worry.
It's not hard, mate, believe me. But cheers for coming on, Dave, mate.
Okay, thanks, Adam.
Take it easy,
love
pal.
the channel. Thanks, mate.
Speak to you soon. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. Yeah, a Pogba issue, that's come up, that's really escalated in this show tonight. I'm just going to try and get one more call before we finish up. We're well over an hour now. God, you guys are loving it. Let's just see if we can get Martin back on. I don't think he's there actually, so we're going to leave that one. Martin, I'm sorry mate if you did try to get on, pal, but I've just run out of time. I will get this nailed down and sort of iron out any sort of issues with the calling. It's good that we've had a few people come on. It's the start of what I'm going to continue doing. I just want everyone's input. I don't want it just to be my voice all the time talking to you through comments. I want to get people ringing up and getting on and just voicing their opinions, because there's a lot. And we've had it tonight. The Pogba issue has come in on a weekend when we should all be on a high. We've still got doubts. We're all looking at the Everton game now, aren't we? I've seen a few people comment in the comment section. It's all about Everton. Can we continue what we're doing now and the work that we've done this last week to put us all on a little bit of a confidence boost? Can we carry it on into the Everton game? And, well, only time will tell. Time will tell. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be one hell of a ride. But we're all in it together. That's why I'm doing these shows now. Anyway, everyone who's called in, everyone who's commented, all the super chats, everyone who's obviously going to comment when this video goes up on the channel as well, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of Sunday. I'm sure you'll watch Match of the Day too, or some more highlights. Take it in. We've got a nice game against Alkmaar on Thursday night, and then the big one against Everton. And it is what it is right now. We're riding the wave of what has been an absolutely epic week in terms of results. We couldn't have asked for any more. Can we continue it? That is the big question. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Love you all, and I will speak to you over through the week. Quick note on the Premier League roundup programme, round show. I'm thinking of changing things up. I want some input on other things that I'm going to do. I am working on some other different segments for the actual channel as well now, so it's not going to be all Premier League roundup. Not many people too concerned with anyone else right now, not on my channel, and it's probably not the right time to be going through everything like that. But I am thinking of some more collabs, and I have got some things planned in the wings, so I'm going to get more of these calling shows on as soon as I can. As soon as we get through this Europa League and we can get back to our Sunday nights, the better, because these Thursday night games are killing us, having to play every Sunday, and I can't do my live show because we're at the game. But that's it for tonight. I'm glad to be back on a Sunday. I'm glad you all tuned in as always. Thank you for your support. Take it easy. I will catch you through the week. Stay tuned. There is plenty more coming. Take it easy, people. Bye-bye.